So Chelsea fans, before we talk about the whole Chelsea performance, currently we are second on the English Premier League table. But let's talk about Nicholas Jackson and all the stories around Nicholas Jackson. Now, Nicholas Jackson, after Liam Delap and João Pedro was introduced into the team and they began to perform, and he saw that his ranking has now dropped from the #1 striker to the #3 striker. He decided that he wants to leave. He went to Enzo Maresca and told Enzo Maresca that he would like to leave Chelsea. You understand? Because he has seen that he is no longer capable of competing with the likes of Liam Delap and João Pedro. These guys are turning up on a weekly basis. The same thing happened to Noni Madueke. When Noni Madueke saw the performance of Estavo Williams, saw the performance of Gizami Kitten, saw the performance of every other player around that wing, and he decided that he wants to leave. He went to Enzo Maresca and said he would like to leave. The same thing happened with Nicholas Jackson, and Enzo Maresca told him, okay, no problem, find a solution around it. If you get a club, fine, would make the move happen. And so it was on and on and on, going on and on and on. And Chelsea says we need a permanent solution for Nicholas Jackson. We don't need a situation where a team will just come and loan him and bring him back. We need a permanent solution for Nicholas Jackson because we are getting new strikers, so we want to release him and to be able to be in the best position with the financial fair play or the profit and sustainability rules. And so it was difficult for Nicholas Jackson to get a team, and now he has gotten a loan deal with Bayern Munich. He got a loan deal with Bayern Munich with an obligation to buy. So Chelsea had this loan deal with Bayern Munich and placed an obligation for Bayern Munich to buy after the 1 year of the loan has expired. Now, Nicholas Jackson and his agent traveled to Munich to complete the deal. In the process of traveling to Munich to complete the deal, Chelsea was having their match on a Saturday, and Liam Delap, came down with an injury, a hamstring injury. Liam Delap was hit with a hamstring injury, which will now take him out for 6 to 8 weeks, and we are hearing rumor that it may be more than 6 to 8 weeks. And Chelsea quickly informed Bayern Munich that they are no longer interested in the loan deal, that Nicholas Jackson needs to immediately come back to Chelsea because Liam Delap has now incurred a long-term injury. So we cannot just stand on João Pedro alone. We need another striker. Because of that, Nicholas Jackson said no, that he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea, that he wants to move to Bayern Munich. His agent, they were using, a third party to continue to raise doors and continue to do a manner of things, that they are not going to come back to Chelsea, that Nicholas Jackson will sign for Bayern Munich and become a Bayern Munich player. And Chelsea says, look at the situation, you need to come back. Nicholas Jackson said no, and he continued to burn every bridge with Chelsea. So Chelsea went ahead and said, okay, since Nicholas Jackson has pushed and said he is no longer coming back to Chelsea, that he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea, Bayern Munich pay for a permanent deal so that we can use this money and get another player for Chelsea, because the transfer window is almost off. It's just remaining 24 to 48 hours. Buy Nicholas Jackson on a permanent deal so that we can take the money and get ourselves a new striker, since Nicholas Jackson is insistent that he wants to play for Bayern Munich and he doesn't want to come back to Chelsea. Do you know what Bayern Munich did? Bayern Munich came out and said that Nicholas Jackson should go back to Chelsea, that they are no longer interested in the deal. This is to tell you, Abinishu, that Bayern Munich were not interested in buying, Nicholas Jackson on a permanent deal. What they just wanted was a loan deal, a player they can just get on loan for the season, and then that is it. They were not even fully interested in Nicholas Jackson, and Nicholas Jackson was there killing himself for them. This is the situation currently, and so now Nicholas Jackson will now have to tie his tail on his pants and then return back to Chelsea. Thank God for the Thank God for the international break. He will now have to use this 1 week of international break to have a discussion with Chelsea and then find ways to mitigate the situation, find ways to build the bridge back and ask for forgiveness. But then he has made Chelsea make commitment. Chelsea have now gone back to Sunderland to say, please, we want to now cancel the deal with Maguire for us to now return Maguire direct back to Chelsea. And that was on a permanent solution. That was on a permanent solution because Maguire went to Sunderland on loan And now, because of this whole brouhaha, Chelsea have now gone back to McGill, because they were calling Nicolas Jackson, come back. Nicolas Jackson said no. They now had to look for a solution. Go back to Sunderland, beg them to understand the situation of Chelsea, and return McGill. And McGill has now returned to Chelsea. So what will be the situation of Nicolas Jackson? It is a dicey one. We will now get to see what Chelsea has to do, or what Chelsea will now do with Nicolas Jackson. But what do you think about this whole situation? You see, this is the reason why you don't need to burn bridges with your team. Unless everything is finalized, completely finalized, do not burn bridges with your parent club. Do not burn bridges. Let's know what you think.